Sawadee Kap. Hello everyone. How are you today? This is again Teacher JP and welcome back to our class. This is still the continuation of our online classes here in our school. So, do not forget to listen well, read well, and speak well. Are you ready for the discussion? Let's get to it. Alright, let's continue our discussion about our math. And today's discussion we will do creating addition and subtraction word problems. Creating addition and subtraction word problems. This is the last part of our chapter 2. Okay, so here you are the one to give words and sentences for you to create word problem. Okay, of course, using addition or subtraction or both. All right, so let's start. So I only have here 2 steps. Okay, so for example, we have here this first equation, 25,125 plus 12,460 equals 37,585. Okay, so using this equation, we need to create a word problem. All right, so again, I told you we only have 2 steps. The first step is creating a story based on the addition equation. Okay, but here I will make it more general, so I will just put here step 1, creating a story based on the equation. It's because it's either addition or subtraction or both. All right, okay, so how to create a story? Of course, you need to understand the equation first. Okay, so there's a wrong spelling here. I will just erase this one. There's no A here, all right? It's a wrong spelling. All right. So the first thing to do is to understand the equation. How to understand the equation? Of course, we need to identify the numbers. Okay? What are those numbers? There are 25,125 things. That's the first number. Since we will do plus, so we need to put here add another 12,460 things. But if we have a minus here, so we can put here subtract or take away. All right? So those are the words that we need to know. So that's the first step, understanding the equation. After understanding the equation, we are now going to write the name of a thing. So you need to think, is it 25,125 balls or 25,125 apples? It's up to you. Okay? You are the one to identify a thing. You are the one to choose what thing you like to use. Okay? So write the name of a thing to tell the amount the number represents. So for me here, I chose eggs. Eggs. Okay? So the first one is 25,125 eggs and 12,460 eggs. Okay? So that is our step 1. We are now already created a story. So our story is we have 25,125 eggs and another 12,460 eggs. That's our story. Okay. Now to complete this one, of course, we need to have a question. So it will be our step 2. Our step 2 is to ask the question. What will be the question? Here, you can add, okay? Remember what are the clues or the clue words in addition and subtraction? We can use those here. Okay, so asking asking a question. For example, here, how many eggs were sold altogether? Remember, our operation is plus, so I chose the clue word altogether. It's because if we will categorize altogether, this is, or this one belongs to plus or addition, right? And of course, don't forget the word that you chose in the step 1, the name of the thing. Okay, so how many eggs were sold altogether? All right, how many eggs are sold altogether? And then, after that one is we need to write down now the answer. Okay? So here I chose the name Michi and Suki. All right? So these are just part of my imagination. Again, in creating your own problem is you need to think names that you want to put. All right? So here I chose Michi and Suki. So let us now sum up all the things that we learned here in step 1 and step 2. So here we have Mitzi sold 25,125 eggs. Okay? That's the egg. And then Suki sold 12,460 eggs. So how many eggs were sold altogether? Did you understand that one? So you need to think of a name. This one is already part of our step 1. Another name, part of our step 1. And then this is our step 2, the question. All right? So you are the one to think of all those words. But don't forget to use the given numbers. Again, in step 1, you need to think of a name of a thing. All right? It's up to you if you want apples, if you want ice cream, if you want oranges, if you want cell phones, if you want pillows, if you want eggs, it's up to you. All right? And then for step 2, you need to create the question. Create the question. So how many eggs were sold altogether? Again, you can use. I'm not saying that you need to use the clue words, but you can use. It's because on some other problems, we can choose other words. Okay, but here, since it's easy to understand the word altogether, so I chose to use it. Okay? All right, so here, and then for the last part, you need to think of a person name or a bookstore or any place names, nouns. All right, those are nouns. Huh? You need to think of a noun. And then you need to stitch, or you need to put together now all the ideas into a one question. So Mitzi sold 25,125 eggs. Suki sold 12,460 eggs. So how many eggs were sold altogether? All right? Okay, good job. How about the second one? What if we will combine plus and minus? It's like this. I have an equation. 52,789 minus 12,420 plus 34,251 equals 74,620. Okay? Remember our first step. Creating a story based on the equation. Based on the equation. Okay, so I will make this canceled. So creating a story based on the equation. All right, based on the equation. How to do that one again? Of course, you need to understand the equation. You need to list down all the numbers. Okay, and then also you need to understand what you are going to do. Are you going to add? Are you going to subtract? Okay, so you need to understand here. So in understanding the problem or the equation, we will start in this number. Okay, so there are 52,789 things. That's the first one. Okay, minus, so you can say minus or other words like take away, subtracted by. Okay, those are the words. So here I used take away. This is the easiest word that you can remember, right? Take away, since minus 12,420 things. Okay, and then use another word again to understand what is this. This is odd. So I put odd another 34,251 things. Okay? Again, so to understand the equation, you need to start with the first number. And then you need to think of a word that is defining this operation. And then second number, another word for this, and then the third number. Okay? Now, so after understanding the equation, we are now about to name. Okay, so we need to give a name or names in these three numbers. So here I chose apple pies. You know what apple pie is? This is delicious. I like apple pie. So I put here 52,789 apple pies, 12,240 apple pies, 34,251 apple pies. Okay? So apple pie is my word now. So that it will be our step one. Our step two, remember, is we need now to ask a question. Ask a question. Okay? Ask a question. So how can we ask a question here? Remember the problems that we answered last time? So we need to insert, all right? We can insert clue words in addition and subtraction, okay? But here I chose just like this. How many apple pies does the bakery have now? How many apple pies does the bakery have now? Okay, so here, since we don't have a word clue, okay, based on our addition and subtraction word clues, but if you will read and understand the question, how many apple pies does the bakery have now? That means our last operation is plus. Since this one is plus, so we need to consider this one. All right. So how can the question look like? So we have here. Are you ready? Again, we need to put all together. All the details that we did in step one and step two. So here you go. A bakery produces. Why I chose bakery is because my word is apple pie. And you can buy apple pie in a bakery. Okay, so you need to base also the names of the places that you want to put here based on the word you chose in step one. Okay? So a bakery produces 52,789 apple pies. That's the first number, correct? Then the bakery delivers. It's because the word delivers, that means we will take away. Deliver is take away. Right? Deliver is take away. So the bakery delivers 12,420 apple pies. So that is the second one. Produces this one, delivered or take away, then 12,420. So how can we insert this plus? Here, the bakery produces another. Produce, that means we will add. Okay? Produce, that means we will add or plus. So the bakery produces another 34,251 apple pies. Okay? So that means we will minus this 2 and we will add this another set of apple pies. How many apple pies does the bakery have now? So I'm just copying this one in my step 2 and put here in the question. All right? So remember, you are the one to choose the words you want to put here. But make sure they are aligned. Huh? If you will choose eggs, you can choose the place grocery. You can choose a place market. That means you can see eggs there, right? Or in a refrigerator or where else. All right? Not just thinking about the words. For example, here, apple pie, and then you chose hospital. That's cannot. They are not aligned. So you need to align them also. Apple pie is bakery. Okay? Patients, hospital. Books, bookstore. Books, library. Right? So you need to align your word into the place you want to put here in your problem. Did you understand now? All right, very good. So after this one is you need to answer your book, okay, that is related to our lesson. Again, this is creating addition and subtraction word problems. Creating addition and subtraction word problem. So you are the one to choose the words that you will use in your own problem. Okay? All right. Very good, everyone. Very good, everyone. So that is our lesson for today. I hope you learned something. Do not forget to answer your activity and the homework I will give you. If you have questions, do not hesitate to contact me in line. And that is all for today. And remember, take care always. See you soon. Kap kun kap.